Nudie, nudie, nudie. Mommy's over here, Candy. 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 Come on. Come on, Candy. There you go. Hey, so right now I'll be watching I'm the Villainess, so I'm taming the final boss, episode 3. And I don't know if you guys can see her, but there's a little mini Villainess behind me. She doesn't like the fact that I have Candy here with me. And I don't really have anything to say before the episode, so now into the episode. Only. Nice cover. This is a fun opening song. Come on, Nudie, dance. Oh. Oh wow. Oh, it's time for the party, isn't it? Is it because it's with Claude? Or because he wants to show Cedric what he lost? Oh. Oh wow. You know, it did seem kind of Demon Queen-like. Oh wow, the father's actually nice there. Wait, is he unaware that she knows the Demon King? Oberon, of course. Oh, okay, I see what she meant by strategy. That's unbecoming behavior. That's a good business strategy. I wonder why he fired them. It's why she has a Demon King. Oh, it's one of them. He could try to look a little bit more natural. Almond. It's always funny to hear that name. Oh no. So somebody's still doing this. They might just use this as an excuse to break it. My viewers. Oh, he does care. I mean, of course he cares, but still, it's nice to see. So I'm glad she's finally wearing a dress that isn't the same color as her eyes. Oh, Claude is not gonna like that. Or she might just mention it casually to Claude and he just gets so pissed off. That'd be fun to see. Oh, he thinks she did it. The big sheep. Did she just get lost by accident? Or did she do that on purpose? You've met before? Oh, it kind of makes sense. Oh shit. Is she able to do that freely with her power or what? Oh. What? Nudie. Don't tell me she likes him. You're with Cedric, what do you care? You could have at least told Cedric you were going here. I knew it! I was right! Stop her from what? Getting close to him? How does she know that? And she's not even planning that. What? You trying to steal every man from her or what? Nudie! Is it her affinity or something? Then why are you with Cedric? What wish? Oh shit. He's not impressed by her. Is he gonna come to her rescue? Ooh, burn. Oh, she actually said it to him. Why do you care? You have Lilia. Oh. No, you want her to not be able to forget about you. What? She's not your woman anymore. Ooh. Oh, it looks pretty. He definitely outshines Cedric. Put it back in place. It's such an interesting way to do that. Oh shit. No, he's finally looking into reason. She took herself. They knew each other when they were kids, and he still did that to her. Oh, so they're all unique.
ごきげんよう、セドリック。そうか、リリア様と幼かったあの日、小さな地震というだからがむしゃらに頑張った。そのせいで失ったも出会えたものもあった。だって恋人ではなかった。さようなら、セドリック様。
アイリーン、ローレン、権利をどうか私にいただきたい。
Oh, that must sting. You're the one who rejected her. Though he does have a complex.
リリア様も見つかったそう。クロード様でしょ。
何がだ？
泣きながらへたり込んでいたと。可愛らしい方だったでしょ。リリア様はこんなことを言いたい方が癒されるって。肌もすべすべで、カムリだって裁縫だって上手で、何より素直だし。
That you'll fall for her? Does that mean she actually ends up with him at some point?
意外とよく伸びる。心配しなくても君は可愛い。僕の好みじゃない。
そうですか。リリア様とは何の
なんとか言っていたが。
のも人間も諦めないことでしょ。
Well, she knows it.
そうか、それは残念だな。今日はもう休め。疲れただろう。
そうしま。
完璧なエスコートを、そう約束したはずだ。
らしくない。
They're gonna kiss! Oh, that's underwhelming. I mean, it's still something. Is that him before? Oh, that's what would trigger it.
良い夢を。
おやすみなさいませ。思い出した。に絶望してしまうのか。
Because of you?
彼は裏切られるのだ。幼い頃から言う。
No! Not Keith! Don't tell me it's Keith! So in this episode, the ball finally happened. Although not really at all what I expected it to be, but I'm glad to see that my assumption was correct. That Lily herself did in fact write those letters, but for a different reason though. Because although she's engaged to Prince Cedric, she seems to care very deeply about Claude. And apparently they met as kids, or at the very least when they were a little bit younger, and she knows about a wish that he wants to fulfill. And supposedly she believes with her help, instead of Aileen's help, she will make his wish come true. And when she doesn't even know that Aileen herself has already somewhat accomplished that in a very small and minor way by having Donnie's crew and some of the demons work side by side together. And that small version where both demons and humans coexisted peacefully for a little bit. My dogs are fighting in the background. It really reminded me of that scene from the manga and anime series Sucker Picture Princess and the King of Beasts, since the female main character Sayori also wishes for that to happen. She wishes for both humans and beasts to be able to coexist together peacefully. And although that goal is very far away in the future, she did manage to achieve a small version of it as well. Where it happens that for a while she was very saddened about an event that occurred that made her not believe so much that one day humans and beasts would be able to live peacefully side by side together. And all His Majesty had to say was, look around you. All these beasts came together to help cheer up. But humans, so you have accomplished a very small scale of it. And that did manage to cheer her up, seeing everybody work so hard for a human of all things because they were all beasts and she was the only human there, that it did make her believe that hopefully one day the harmony that was around this small table could one day happen between both realms. I don't like Lilia. I didn't like her in the first episode because I figured she'd have an ulterior motive, and I like her even less now. She's trying to get in between Claude and Aileen. I don't like that. She thinks she's better than Aileen. And again, I get it. Aileen was the villain before. It's been at least 2 months now that she hasn't exactly been the villain, and I can see why, again, just like in my other Villainess video, I can see why maybe they would think she hasn't changed, or that she's still up to her villainous schemes, just in a quieter level now. But Aileen has changed, but Lilia just refuses to accept that. Or maybe because she doesn't really see her that often. But overall, she still thinks Aileen is evil. But also, Lilia herself isn't completely innocent. She wrote those letters herself. First of all, she's stupid because she used the same stationery. What, she couldn't use just a regular blank sheet of paper? But also, it was pretty lucky that she hadn't already used up all 20 pages, and she still had enough to keep sending her letters, and sent Aileen a letter of invitation to her ball. Cause I figured she might have used them up at that point, and so then her whole proof of them being from the same stationery wouldn't hold up when she showed it to everybody. But Aileen was fortunate enough that she did use the same exact stationery, and was able to prove her innocence that way. So we have yet to see if Lilia will have any consequences, but also the fact that she had the audacity to just assume that she was better than Aileen and go and tell Claude that, you know, I really care about you, I want to help you with your wish. And the fact that she seemed so nervous, that she was blushing, it made me think that, does she actually like Claude instead of Cedric? Which really sucks for Cedric because, wow, not just his ex-fiance, but also his current fiance are both into his older brother, which he's always had a complex about. So that must really hurt. Although honestly, seeing both of them side by side, I can see why. Claude is the much better looking one between the two, because although they both in a way look like the most generic character would look, Claude with his long hair and striking red eyes, and Cedric with his blonde hair and blue eyes, they both look very typical, but Claude just looks better overall. And also, we just saw that Cedric did tell her when they were kids that he can never be better than his older brother. But up until that point, did Claude just have blonde hair and then got black when he found out he was a demon? Or did he always have black hair and maybe Aileen just didn't know that Claude was the older brother and maybe she just never questioned what happened to him? Or maybe it was just a kept secret that the demon Lord Claude was the exiled first prince? Or are they in fact just half brothers instead and they just have one same parent? Which might explain the difference in hair color, but I also thought the same thing in the most heretical last boss queen from Villainess the Savior. But it turns out no, they both have the same parents, and each just happen to have the same colored eyes and hair as one parent. They never really had a mix of the two. So I'm really glad to see that both Aileen and Claude are getting feelings for each other, and that Aileen, although subconsciously, she is worried that now that Claude has seen Lilia, the one who Prince Cedric cast her aside for, now that Claude has seen her, maybe he'll do the same as well. But I'm just so glad that Claude went out of his way and told her that she has nothing to worry about because he thinks that she's cute and that Lilia isn't even his type. And I do like the way he said that, but honestly, I do prefer the way His Majesty said it to Sarenrae, that in one scene in the manga and anime series, although I haven't seen the anime series recently at all, only the first episode, but there's a certain scene in the manga where he says that even if she lacks makeup or fancy clothing, to him, there's nobody else more beautiful than she is. Like, that really stuck with me, the fact that no matter how she dresses, or in a way underdresses, to him, she will always be beautiful. For him, there's only her. So I kind of wish that in the same sense, Claude would say the same thing to her. Although maybe it's too soon to ask for that, because they've only known each other for like 2 months. So maybe in the future he'll say something similar to that. But for now I'm really glad that he reassured her that she has nothing to worry about. I'm also curious to know when exactly did Lilia meet Claude to the point where she remembers him and fondly, but yeah, he doesn't remember her. And since she has the Heavenly Sword maiden ability, so she's naturally a repellent to him and to his demons. So of course, even if Lilia does like him and would like to pursue a relationship with him, it just wouldn't work. They're not compatible both in that sense, but also the fact that Claude is only into Aileen and not into her. I also did like the fact that Claude wasn't too happy with the fact that Aileen is really close to the guys that she works with. And she's like, no, it's important to have a close relationship with them. And he's just like, he wasn't happy about it, but he was just like, okay. So if you couldn't already tell, Claude is my favorite character. Cedric really just can't compete. I can see why he has a complex, honestly. No shade to Cedric, but I can see why. Claude really outshines him in every way, and he also acts much more in control of his emotions, in a sense, at the very least in public. Because he did show some pretty strong emotions in front of Lilia, but that was just only in front of her and his aide. It wasn't in front of all the humans at the ball. And Cedric just really made himself look bad in front of his people. Also, I chose the shirt I'm wearing today because it sort of matches my feelings for this anime series, because it says, loves animals, tolerates people. And in this anime, I love the demons, and I just tolerate the people in it, with the exception, of course, of Aileen. No, Nudie! Nudie! What? Girl, no. I also hope I'm wrong, but for now all things seem to be leading to the fact that one day, for whatever reason, Keith will betray Claude. Which was the thing I always wondered about. Why exactly was Keith the only human there in the first place? But I always assumed that maybe he just wandered in one day, actually met Claude in person, and I tried to help him out. Or maybe he was sent by the royal family to just keep an eye on Claude. But I never thought that Keith would maybe betray him. He's been good to him so far. Maybe with Aileen's help, Keith won't betray him. But why would he in the first place? So I'm really curious to know exactly what events led to that happening. And if maybe Lilia was a part of it. So now with that all being said, I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode. Oh!